So guys, and today we have here another Battle City duel, and we have here, ironically, again, it is Burning Abyss versus shaddolls. And this time I do a lot better. Now I only have the game one of the duel. It was a match, but I only have game one because it's been on for so long, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna make a video that long because you guys won't sit through it all. I think it was like more than half an hour, so I don't think you guys would have sat through all of that. Maybe if this was finals, then yeah. But I'm really sorry this again, Burning Abyss versus shaddolls. Surprisingly, this guy Odin actually, I think he is in place. Now that he got those 2 more points, I think he's close to 14-15 points at this point. But we can face people again, just have to face 2 different people in between. So I was able to get another duel with Thor. And I've had a lot of other duels, like I'm at 11 points right now. I faced I feel like Burning Abyss, I faced close one. I did very well against them, and it really jumped my score up from 5 to 8 to 11, and that was really good. And if you're curious about the points, is if you go 2-0, you get 3 points, 2-1, you get 2 points, if you tie, you get 1 point, both players get 1 point, and if you lose, you get 0 points, so you don't lose any points, which is really good. Excuse me. Anyway, so as you can see, I get off of first turn Dante, which actually no, 2 Dante's first turn, which is just really stupid. I have Break this Stone, Karma Cut, but I am afraid of a Denecrocycle's deck. No, Denecrocycle was shut down my back row. But if it doesn't have that, it's like, if with the Burning Abyss versus shaddolls matchup, really dependent on who goes first. If it's the shaddolls player, then they could make a window and then go and then just shut out the entire Burning Abyss player. If I'm going first, then I can get my Dante's, and at that point, window isn't enough. You have to make construct. So it's then the question is, can you make both construct, Neko, and window? And so here we see the El Shaddolls fusion, and he sends 2 for a window. And again, this deck, it's like you want to open up a Shaddolls fusion, even having 3 copies of Shaddolls fusion sometimes just isn't enough. And we are getting a lot more support, like there is the Nephi Shaddolls fusion, which has come out now that Secrets of Eternities is out, but sometimes that isn't enough. I know now that Nodin's being confirmed, like I heard that Nodin's confirmed for the TCG, so I'm jumping up and down because I am really happy for that. And so I am just can't wait for him to come out, because then I'm gonna I'll probably do a deck profile with Nodin. I just want to find some more information just to make sure that Nodin has been confirmed. And then I'll do a shaddolls deck profile with Nodin. And let's see, what do I do? He summons out the Falco, so at this point I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna deal with a synchro summon, so I decide to banish the window with my 1 Karma Cut that I once run. And do remember that unfortunately the new Burning Abyss cards have not been put on here, so I cannot run the ritual monster, I cannot run all the new monsters, but I will do a deck profile with them eventually. And so that kind of makes it so he can't do anything. So he has 2 back row and the Falco just sitting there, and then I get off Storm's effect. So it's just really stupid. So what do I search for? Do I search for another tour guide? No, I don't think I have any more tour guides in the deck. No, I don't have any more tour guides, so I think I'd just take a Rubik. And I believe that I will go tour guide into Graph because, oh, and then I could have gone Natural Force. Natural Force, just making playdays just really hurts shaddolls, because it's like, you can go all plus you want with that shaddolls fusion, but Construct's going away. But then again, Shekini Aga is a thing, so they just probably make Shekini Aga and then just run playdays over. So here, what does he activate? Oh, he activates Shaddolls Core. That is a card I have taken out of my Shaddolls deck, just because there isn't room anymore for it. And I'm still kind of debating on that. Maybe I might put it back in, because it is really good, specifically when you go Shaddolls Fusion and then you drop Swarmata and you drop and you make Construct. You can then get the El Shaddolls Fusion just by dropping an El Shaddolls and a Core if you have game, or if you think that you'll do really well by doing that instead of having other things. So here I mill 3, including Graph, and then I get a Sir, so milling both Graph and Sir in any circumstances. Like, you should be thinking, Dante, you should be thinking Virgil at this point. And here he makes, activates El Shaddol Fusion. He's trying to stop me somewhat. And who does he make? He makes Construct. It's really debatable, because I was going to get up to special summons, so if he had made, like, Shack, or if he had made, Winda, that could have been very, very bad for me. But I mean, either way, I still have the breakthrough skill that I'm sitting on, so it wouldn't have hurt me that much. Actually, no, Winda would have prevented me from actually getting out both. If he had made Winda, I could have gone for Graph, but then it wouldn't give me the option to do Sir. But I changed the breakthrough skill on Contract, like, nope, you're not gonna go that plus. And he gets that El Shaddol Fusion back. And so I'm just sitting here, I'm going to make a Virgil, and I have Vanity's Emptiness. So at this point, if you're a Burning Abyss player and you see 3 Dantes and a Virgil on your side of the field, like, you should be thinking, alright, I have game. There isn't much a player can do. And I go for Skarm, so that's just like, yeah, good luck. Good luck, I'm gonna have so much advantage. And yeah, now, I really wonder how this deck is gonna do against Necros. Once they come out in February. I know I'm gonna build the deck. Definitely, I'm going to be building that deck, and I can't say, it's one of those who gets off their things first. I mean, if they can set all the back row and I don't have the Neko or I don't have Oil Decree, I'm just screwed. And if the Necros player gets out the Neko, if they get out Trishul and they Jin, the Burning Abyss player can't play. And then there's always the random card that we don't know if people are going to run, which is the Ritual Monster. Are people going to be running the Ritual Monster? And I mean, with the fact that you do have technically 6 ritual spell cards for your use, 3 Contract, 3 Good and Evil, and begs the question, it isn't so much not consistent. Like, people are gonna run Good and Evil just because it's a searcher, but do you run that card? And again, unfortunately, Good and Evil doesn't fix the problem I saw with Contract, which was, if you mill preps, or if you mill the ritual monsters, you don't ritual summon. Like, it's all about getting the ritual spell card in the graveyard, and then using preparation of rites. So I'm really not sure. It just like really messes with the way this deck is played, which is Fire Lake, blow up stuff, my turn, get Fire Lake back of course, and then blow up more stuff, and just keep on looping the Dantes, looping the Fire Lakes, making the Virgils, and just shutting down your opponent. And here he summons out a Dark Arm, which was like, wow. That really, really surprised me. And he just goes off. And unfortunately, I couldn't change my emptiness. But he gets rid of my Virgil, and it's like, okay. But he does make one mistake, which is he should have gotten rid of the Dante on the left, because that had a Sir on it. He should have gotten rid of that one, because then I would have been able to special summon out Virgil again, and then he could have gotten rid of the Virgil again. But unfortunately, he does not, and he ends up attacking into the Virgil. He attacks into the Dante on the left. And so then I just get out Virgil again, and he's like, yeah, that's game. And here I add back Fire Lake, so it's just like, he's like, I'm gonna be able to get rid of a whole bunch of cards, but he's gonna have a whole bunch of stuff next turn, so he's just fighting a losing game at this point. But it is good never to quit, because like in game 3, like I almost won. Like I came really close to winning in game 3, because he had 2 windows out, and he attacked into my face down. So and I still had an Ojama token, because he was Ojama tokens. That card just killed me game 2 and 3. And so he just summoned out the Ojamas, and he had 2 windows out, so I was really screwed. But then I surged into a Dante, and then he couldn't attack because the Dante had higher defense. And then I made the Downed. I made Downed, and if he didn't have that Shaddol Fusion, he would have been in a lot of trouble, because I could have gotten rid of one of the windows at the very least. And so here I add back Dante. Yeah, I'm using Dante to add back Dante, and then I use Sir, as I said, to add Virgil back, and he's like, oh, that isn't good for me. And so he will just pretty much surrender at this point. But as far as the entire match goes, I kind of lost. Like, this deck, like the way I play this deck is very anti-Clifford, because I'd rather see Clifford than shaddolls with this deck, because it's like I side 3 Fairy Wind, 3 Spell Shattering Arrows, 1 MSD, main 2 MSD, and 2 Dust Tornadoes. So I have a whole side for Clifford, for the Clifford matchup. And but against other decks is lackluster. I mean, against the mirror match, it is alright, because I do side in 2 Maxis, 2 Flying Seas, and a DD Crow, and then the MSTs. So that will help me, because I can get rid of the back row, and then just like opening up with a Flying Sea is just like awful. Or Maxing into a Flying Sea, it's just like awful for the Burning Abyss play. But that has just been the duel. I will try to get some other duels for you guys. And again, this is Yu-Gi-Oh's gonna be really interesting. Specifically, like, I have no other way to say it, be at this semester, because like in January we just got Secrets of Eternities. February we're getting Secret Forces. March we're getting Premium Gold 2, which is probably going to contain Eroded, Crush Card Virus, Eroded, Chaos Emperors. And then April is going to come. Those guys might be at 1. And then we're getting Curl Silver Souls in April, and we're getting the OCG imports in April. So it's just like really crazy. Really crazy. So this entire semester is just going to be like out the window these next couple months, because there's so many new cards are coming back, or not necessarily coming back, but so many new cards are coming into the game, cards are coming back into the game. So this semester is just going to be really crazy, and we can't really tell who's going to be the deck that takes it all. I mean, shaddolls with Nodin is crazy. Trust me, I have some really stupid combos that I run. And then BAs and Necros with the rituals. It's just like, those guys are crazy. And then you have just Cliffords are still going to be getting support. This is going to be really interesting. And then Sephirums are going to be coming out in Crossover Souls. So that may be like a iffy thing. Like, how is that going to affect the game? I know there's one of the Necros ones. They have 2 Sephiras, and one of them is just a ritual spell pretty much. So I'll probably run one of that. And then, of course, you also have just a whole bunch of new decks. You have the Hermit Yokai, you have the Ritual Beast Hammers. They're all coming in. So it's going to be really crazy just how many decks are going to be fighting against each other. Which deck's going to be good. And so that is it. I leave you with that. Tell me what you guys think. What do you think the matchups are going to be like? I really think it's just a game of luck this semester of who gets their stuff off first. And so that is what I leave you guys with. Tell me what you guys think. Don't forget to leave a comment. Give me a like. Subscribe. But I'd rather see a comment. I love it when people comment me. But yeah. So see you guys later. See you guys later. Don't forget to check out the previous video, which there should be a link coming up soon. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye.